All right, let's jump straight into this explainer. Today, we're breaking down the kinetic energy, the rapid-fire escalation, and the absolutely wild central metaphors of a truly high-octane scene from The Beekeeper. We are going to examine exactly how a modern action sequence builds tension, taking us from a super quiet, sterile corporate lobby straight into literal infernal chaos. So, if you want to understand the nuts and bolts of how a cinematic takedown is structured, you are absolutely in the right place. Let's get into it.
Okay, we have to start with this quote because it perfectly captures his whole ethos. I protect the hive, sometimes I use fire to smoke out hornets. Right off the bat, you realize this isn't just some cheesy, tough guy one-liner, right? It's the entire philosophical foundation for the absolute destruction he's about to unleash. He operates under this highly specific, nature-driven code. When you hear those words, it clicks. You understand exactly why he doesn't do standard negotiations. He sees a biological threat, and well, he responds with a biological purge.
Section 1. Breaching United Data Group, the Trespass and the Takedown. So, the Beekeeper moves with this ruthless, almost mechanical efficiency. When a security guard steps up and tells him he's trespassing on private property, he doesn't argue, he doesn't even flinch. He simply counts 1, 2, 3. And in those 3 seconds, the guards are completely dispatched. But here's what you should really take away from this moment. It highlights his precise moral code. Even while he's committing this violently aggressive trespass, he takes a second to calmly warn the civilian workers in the lobby to evacuate. He literally tells them, hey, there's going to be a fire. He is hyper-focused on limiting collateral damage while executing his mission. And that brings us to his blunt, incredibly elemental intentions right from the jump. Listen, there is no grand villain-style monologue to the lobby guard, no complex list of demands. It's just, I'm going inside. I'm going to burn it down. I mean, wow. It so violently contrasts with the sterile, bureaucratic, beige corporate environment of the United Data Group. He is essentially dragging raw, destructive nature right into a pristine, climate-controlled office space.
Section 2. Scamming the vulnerable. The reality behind the corporate facade.
Now, the really crucial point here is that this company isn't what it seems on the surface. This data group is actually a front. It's a ruthless phishing scam targeting society's absolute most vulnerable people. The Beekeeper confronts the security with this very fact. He points out that they are literally working for a criminal outfit that's operating in plain sight, stealing everything their victims have. And this framing is so essential, because it entirely strips away the illusion of that private property defense the guards tried to use a minute ago. It fully justifies the total destruction that's coming.
To make matters worse, the antagonists themselves boldly confirm the massive scale of this theft. One of the guys in charge actually yells out that this is a multi-million-dollar operation. They aren't hiding it. They're fiercely protective of it. So we aren't just dealing with a few bad apples. This is a highly lucrative, deeply entrenched criminal enterprise. The stakes aren't just a few stolen dollars. No, this is industrialized, massive-scale theft.
Section 3. The beekeeping metaphor. Justifying the violence.
Okay, let's look at how the protagonist views the world. In his mind, society is split right down the middle. On one side, you have the hive. These are the weak, the vulnerable members of society being scammed. And on the other side, the hornets. These are the multi-million-dollar criminal outfits preying on them, places exactly like United Data Group. The Beekeeper doesn't see himself as a cop or a judge. He sees himself as the literal protector of the hive. And honestly, what do you do when hornets attack a hive? You aggressively smoke them out. It's that simple.
But what's really fascinating here is how the antagonists react to this moral stance. They actually dismiss his vigilantism as mere white knighting. By throwing around mocking terms like that, they're completely underestimating the lethal, elemental threat that's standing right in front of them. They really think he's just some guy with a hero complex, completely missing the fact that he is a literal force of unyielding destruction. Big mistake.
Section 4. Forced confessions and fire. The call center confrontation.
The very second he steps onto that call center floor, the action shifts from this broad, systemic destruction to deeply personal accountability. It's intense. He interrupts a scammer mid-sentence. Like the guy's literally on the phone telling a victim to click a malicious link, and our guy physically forces him to hang up. Then he demands the scammer repeat this incredibly strict oath. I will never steal from the weak and vulnerable again. He actually makes the scammer say it twice. He is enacting his own visceral, terrifying version of justice right there in the middle of a corporate cubicle.
But look, a forced promise to a stranger doesn't exactly mean much to a hardened criminal, right? So to guarantee they keep that promise, the Beekeeper kicks the tension into overdrive. Suddenly, there's this panicked realization rippling through the scammers. It's gas. He just starts pouring gasoline all over the call center floor. The shift in the room's energy is absolutely palpable. These scammers go from being just annoyed corporate workers to completely terrified individuals who suddenly realize their lives are on the line.
Section 5. The Explosive Ultimatum. The Final Trap.
I want you to notice how methodically he builds this deadly scenario, step by step. First, he saturates the entire environment with gasoline fumes. Second, he forces a hard, immediate stop to all the active phishing scams happening at those desks. And third, he leverages the very technology they used to steal to create a lethal threat. It's brilliant. He is turning the scammers' own communication tools completely against them. It's no longer just a threat of him tossing a match. The environment itself is now primed and ready to detonate.
Then, he delivers this chilling, purely elemental ultimatum to a man named Mr. Garnett and his heavily armed crew. He tells them their very next attempt to digitally scam someone will create a physical spark across those wires. And, given all the fumes in that room, that single digital spark will ignite a massive physical inferno, basically ensuring that anything left alive in that room won't be for long. The digital crime has just been handed a deadly, immediate, real-world consequence.
So we are going to wrap up our explainer today by leaving you on the exact same edge-of-your-seat cliffhanger that this scene so brilliantly constructs. The trap is completely set, the room is flooded with gas, and the criminals are trapped by their very own greed. It begs the ultimate question, doesn't it? Will the next phone call spark the gasoline and burn the whole place down? Thank you so much for walking through this structural breakdown with me. It just goes to show how layering a strong central metaphor with a methodical, step-by-step escalation creates a truly unforgettable action sequence. Keep analyzing what you watch, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.
Hello, Hollywood movies lovers. Welcome back now. Stories, movies, and convert movie to story and watching for full story. Thank you for hey YouTube. This is my short. I am participating this clip. Okay, no mass content vision. Hey guys, please support for more and thank you for last beginning last action movie watching now.